We are live, Mr. Chair.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bonaire Valley's committee meeting on November 2nd. Here it's 1:32. I'm going to call this meeting to order. Are there any additions to the agenda? Hello, everybody.
Sorry, I was trying to read it. It's not allowing me to.
You're on delay, just in case you curse.
There you go. Sorry about that.
Well, I kind of like hearing that. Sorry. No problem.
Mr. Chair, can I add November 16th meeting? please?
November 16th meeting as the number 5.
Thank you.
Anyone else with any additions to the agenda? Can I get a confirmation for the agenda as amended? Okay, Brett, in favor? Is there any pecuniary interest or the general nature thereof? Seeing none. Can I get an approval for the minutes for the committee of October 19th? Jen, all in favor? We have no delegations, so is Darrell calling in today? He
No,
won't
I
be here?
believe he's away today.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I saw him driving, I'm sure.
I'm sure he was very visible,
Yeah, it was quite visible.
very visible with very blaze-ish colors. Oh, okay,
Really big contrast with his great truck.
okay, well, that's fantastic.
So I don't know if there's any questions that the water quality management report does need to be passed by resolution this evening, Mr. Chair.
Okay, was there anything on Darrell's report other
Ribbon.
than I want to know who cleaned that camera?
Okay,
They took the camera and did an inspection as far as that.
yep,
Other than that,
yep,
that was all I was worried about.
that's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I don't see Jason in the room. Is Jason close by, Annette, or should we move on to?
He was going to be here at Darrell's time, but I guess he was bringing in 3 people, so he must be behind. If you want to do correspondence, then
Okay, anything on correspondence A for discussion? Nothing. Okay, and then correspondence B, it's probably going to be some discussion. Yes, okay,
So I think I like the idea, if I can go right to 2.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the arena sign being an in-kind donation because they rely on those to present to the province for any grant applications that they have. And I think that that's a really simple way for us to do an in-kind donation, if everybody's okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Perfect.
okay, great.
Yep.
So the other thing I had was the December drive-through dinner request from the seniors. I like the idea, however, we kind of already said that we were going to do something in the spring, but that wouldn't preclude us from going and helping out maybe on that date. I don't know how council feels. Like, is there some way that we can donate our time, or one week I donated 4 meals, just because Dave and I couldn't make it, but I'm open to any suggestions.
I'd be willing to help, huh?
Yeah, I think it would be really
As
nice.
long as it wasn't in deer season.
Like.
You guys are killing me.
Like
You're
this
killing me.
meeting
The only thing I hunt for is shoe sales.
It's pretty amazing, you know, we changed meetings for.
Yes, I'm still trying to figure this out too.
What?
How did this slip
when there's
through?
something- Yeah,
Yeah, we obviously,
Yeah.
didn't arrange the calendar for this one.
No,
No. Take note of that for.
and with 2 SLTs missing, it's an even lighter, like, we don't have them here to ask questions, so.
Yes,
yeah.
But for the budget amount for the dinner, because that was 2 meetings ago, so then have we already placed that money for something else? Or like peg that money for something? We just said that we'd probably do something in the
spring.
in
Yeah,
the springtime,
yeah, so
but
we
we
can
also, I think
bring
we
it
said
forward.
that last year too.
Mhm.
As
Yeah.
well, yeah.
I just didn't want to run roughshod and say, yes, let's do this.
Mm.
But I think that if the money's in the budget, now the challenge is it wouldn't necessarily be for, our volunteers and our staff. It would be just a general thank you to the community, because I'm not sure how else. I'm not, like, do we send out invitations to those people to come and get a dinner, or?
Well, I guess, like, maybe we would just end up for the dinner, we just, I guess the only thing would be like, say, like X amount of meals we're like donating towards, I guess.
That, and, because
And then first come, first served, then after that is this, so like,
I think the logistics of it. What's so interesting? I think the logistics of it, you're right, Brent, I think it would be very difficult to say, yes, they're volunteers, but they aren't, and they're volunteers or they're staff, but they aren't. And I think it would have to be first come, first served.
We're gonna do something in the spring anyways for
Yeah.
it, so I.
We
really-
have to.
I really think this is just a little bit above and beyond. It's people that show, it's people that show, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not.
well, and it's very popular and it's a great fundraiser for them. So I think, yes, if we've got a little bit of money in the budget, we can sponsor some suppers, and whomever wants to go out and help, we can go out and help.
Perfect. And just to remind everybody the date for that.
December 8th, I believe.
Yeah. Put it in your calendar now.
Okay, anything else on correspondence B?
Oh, so, and can we get you to email the seniors and let them know? Okay, that would be great. Thank you very much. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. I seen Jason had come in the office. Leaving again. Oh,
Do we know what the time is?
Well, we can call up the correspondence.
I don't think
No, I'll bring it. I don't think, I'm not sure it said. I think it starts at 4 anyway.
4 to 6.
Yeah, okay, good enough. I'm good.
everybody's good?
Don't even think about it, Brent. I'm watching you. Brent was joking before the meeting that he was going to ask me to run for the Ogre Board of Directors.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna recommend, and she said she was too busy, so.
Hi, welcome.
I would like to introduce two of the new staff, Arthur Neisel and Jeff Mackey.
Hello, I'm Tim Chisholm, counselor.
Don't think I've ever seen
I knew you were gonna do that.
Well, I had to introduce myself to lads for sure.
Brent Patrick, Mervyn Buckwald, Jennifer Murphy, and Jack Crosby.
Thank you so much.
Jason forgot who I was.
Thank you
Definitely
so much
didn't.
for coming in, guys. We just thought since we had some staff turnover, it might be nice to put names to faces so that when we see you in the community, we can give a big wave and so that our residents know who you are as well. So thanks so much for coming in. I'm sure you're really busy. So we really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Were you gonna sit down for the roads report?
I was gonna say,
All good.
He's been watching YouTube at Pub Garrel at night.
Yes, we can, we're not allowed to stream
there
to
are
him.
2 items. for goodness
That's
sakes.
why I asked him if he was sitting down or
Should
not.
create a Garrel montage of all their videos, and just like, it's good.
It would probably last 3 minutes.
At most.
But you have to do the shrug. The shrug's imperative. Everything's good.
Good to see you, Jason.
How's everyone doing?
Wow.
All right, so our hazardous waste depot has been now closed and all the material has been picked up. It's a good, one less job to do. We've also been very busy with our general maintenance and preparing vehicles for the winter.
I'm exhausted from that report.
No, Mill Street looks really good after all their road use last year. It was nice to see that it get touched up.
Jason, any movement on Tranquility and the tract?
I
I-
haven't had a lot of time.
I totally understand. I just thought I'd
Yep, no.
throw it out there.
I've also been in contact with Tom Summers. We had a conversation. So I'd like to look in the spring too where culverts will be needed. Because there are a few places that are very low and the water all runs to those areas. If there isn't, it's going to be hard to very well tell right now where the culverts are because a lot of them were old cement ones. And I don't think the metal detector will pick up enough steel on them to find out where they are. So that's one issue that the springtime will tell us a lot.
And I totally understand with 3 new employees, I'm sure there's a lot of training and et cetera, yeah.
Like, we're okay for this year anyway. right?
Yes.
It's not, it's something which should be in place
So next,
next year.
Yeah.
Because then spring they can go, or summer they can go up the hill.
Go ahead, there, Murph.
Okay. I was just thinking about your grader operator situation. I was talking to Shannon McGrath, not about this, but just in general terms, the BEI, and he said they're pretty much done for the season, and the idea struck me. Should we talk to Dennis and see if he's got a grader operator laid off? Would you want to hire him, or do you have the money to hire him?
yeah, okay, that'd be a good
Would you
idea.
like me to?
I can get a hold of Shannon.
Yeah, well, not this week.
No,
I don't think they got a phone. I don't think they got a phone.
You're lucky to see the council chambers put it up for quorum this week.
I feared it was just gonna be me sitting here.
yes, because we are with all the rain, it doesn't take long and the roads are all back with potholes.
Mhm.
His phone number, his phone isn't listed unless you've got his phone.
I have
number
his
from the phone, but I got
Yeah,
it.
no, yeah, no, I do have that. I
Because
will,
Be nice to get them semi done before freeze up comes.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. There's
Tonight,
enough
tonight.
moisture in them, they don't take
Yeah.
long, then they're packed.
Tonight's what, -6?
6 to 9, depending on which station you
Yeah.
have. But,
Yeah.
so,
Yes, yeah, and then, you know, it's gonna be one of those times where it's gonna freeze and thaw, so.
Yeah.
And if they're damp, well, then they're gonna freeze a little tighter, but,
mhm.
yes, no, that's, wanna get them wrapped up for sure,
Because what, you got one guy now?
that's right. Yes.
Mhm.
Alright, so
You know, you can grade and then just go to mud.
Well, the, right before the rain is never good, and the way it's been lately, the sun's out and then all of a sudden it'll rain and nobody thinks it's supposed to rain for 2 days and
Yeah.
it happens, so
For the next 2 weeks, there's heavy traffic on the gravel roads. too.
there is. If you look at my truck, it's not black anymore. I'll put that back. Something else for Jason?
Looks good.
Yeah. I do have a question that we had discussed with council before. I don't think we did it with Jason here. Was the Clontarf sign
oh, you're right.
at McGrath Road.
You are
Yeah.
correct.
I asked if everybody was okay with that. I don't know if Annette had brought it to
Yeah,
Jason.
we followed
Okay,
it. It's in the action list report.
okay. Okay, well, that was good. I just didn't bring it up when it was,
You're right, he was not here.
it wasn't.
The other
Yeah.
thing, just so that there was changeover in our waste department too, so has that been settled down so that you have
Yes,
a steady employees now? And you have a guy that's good for hazardous waste and stuff,
yes.
trained,
I hope.
you hope, okay. You have a couple guys trained for hazardous waste,
Well, there's 4 staff at the works department
okay,
and 2 at the waste site. So.
Yeah.
It all depends, like,
yeah,
what's,
turnover,
what's gonna happen.
but we do have some people.
Yes, and it's getting harder and harder to get people to work part-time.
Yeah. Especially Saturdays.
We're in a time where if anybody that needs a job should have one, so there's a lot of help wanted signs out there, no matter where you look, or
Yeah, there's new ones come up like every day.
it's amazing how much
Well,
demand there is for an employee right now.
yesterday we got a letter from StatsCan. It's a survey to be done online for Murphy's Auto. And it just came in the mail yesterday, and this morning, a woman phoned to follow up on it. I said, we literally just got it in the mail yesterday, but it's all about vacancies. What are you paying? you know, where the job shortage is. So I am certainly gonna fill out that survey. It's insane out there.
It is, it is, yeah.
Well, okay, thanks very much,
Right,
Jason.
perfect.
Jason, have a great day.
Hopefully things are uneventful for the next 2 weeks, or the next month, till you come back again.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
We'll make it harder for you when you come back.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Leave it until, yeah. Yeah, and then
Perfect,
we'll discuss, because it's a bigger, and it's budgetary, so I was
Yeah.
not gonna bother him with it.
Yeah.
With the amount of work he's got going on right now.
Okay, perfect. Have a good day, everyone.
See you later.
Seems time is not of the essence.
No,
Is Dave on cue yet, or if not, we can go ahead to the mayor's report.
So Dave is also not coming to this meeting because he has no backup at the shop.
Okay.
Everyone's hunting, as you can imagine.
Yes,
And just for your information, after every council meeting, I do an Excel spreadsheet with an action list and I
Yep.
assign it to the different department heads. So even if they're not here,
Yep.
if an action item has been brought forward, I do email them that spreadsheet after every council meeting. So regardless of whether they're here or not, that's how I pass it. So.
thank you.
So I don't know if you want me to review any of Dave's reports. I mean, the fires were not substantial. There were some, I think there was 9, and it sort of gives a list of how many firefighters we have on right now and that kind of stuff. So if there's any questions or
Seeing
I
none.
can pass them on to him, but no,
Oh,
all right.
just another month we're going so nice and all of a sudden October booms.
I know.
Now,
right?
does anyone have, I think we were at 7, but I'm not sure if it was 6 minutes for the mayor's report left.
Negative,
Three.
They're so mean.
I just wanted to be accurate at this
The
time.
They're mean spirited.
and the time change coming up, and it's just
I-
negative.
yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be negative.
Actually,
I don't know if Bell
My-
had something to do
Yeah, I
with
was
it
gonna say,
last
my
Monday morning.
iPhone still says that it's the new time, like the new time change.
Oh, really?
Mine isn't like, so all my text message right now, I changed my clock or whatever, but my actual text messages are an hour behind.
Bell had a big glitch yesterday morning.
Yeah.
And you'd have to be up before 7.
I was up at 7.
no, before 7.
Oh, before 7.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We're bad. I'm sorry.
It's
With
really-
such a light agenda, we have to keep it
I
interesting,
know.
so go ahead there,
I
Mayor.
know, it's the harassment.
7. Oh, yeah.
So I attended 20 meetings in October. It was a sort of a heavy month with a lot going on, especially at Eorn. We are recruiting for a new board member. We are also recruiting for a new CEO. And so that's a really major big deal. Our incredible CEO, Dave Fell, is leaving us for Kingston Utilities. So the recruitment process, and I'm on the governance committee, so I will be part of the nomination and hiring committee as well. So that's taken up a bit of time. We also, through the federal election, we lost an advocate, Minister Monsoff, who was the Minister of Rural and Economic Development. The new minister is in Newfoundland, I believe. So we're going to have to really advocate hard for that minister to understand Eastern Ontario and our very serious needs. It's always hard when there's a cabinet shuffle and we lose somebody in Eastern Ontario. It happened with the provincial cabinet shuffle as well, so. Anyway, county council. So we did pass the vaccination policy. Apparently these rapid tests are only $10 to $39 a week. It's, you're vaccinated, you have an exemption, or you do the rapid test once a week. And that's the policy that was passed. The Ontario Winter Games are going ahead. We do have some challenges with transportation, medical staff, security staff, and we definitely need more volunteers. So if there's anybody watching us on YouTube, please, please, please volunteer for the Ontario Winter Games. It should be a good time. Bruce Howarth was given permission to come out and do a whole bunch of the comprehensive zoning bylaws. We are top of the list. I understand Kim Love tried to get in as second. So that review will cost $23,000, but that is ground up restoration. We did get notice on October 21st that our partnership fund for 2022 will be $1,519,600, which is about 12,000 less than last year. But we should consider ourselves very lucky because there were a lot of partnership funds that were cut. I think that's all of the highlights, unless somebody has a question for me.
Nope.
Okay, see, I was brief.
Did well.
I know. Well, I mean, I have a lot of stuff, but there's nothing enormous coming out of anything. Like it's just a lot of meetings. So, yeah. Hence the shingles.
I guess I just have
Oh,
one,
that's right.
one question I forgot. So there's getting back to this vaccine, so that's just Renfrew County employees, right?
Yes. Now, okay, so, but let's remember, the province mandates that the paramedic service and the long-term care home workers, they must be fully vaccinated or have the exemption. So that's a lot of the 800 staff members. I think they were saying somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 would be the amount that would have to prove vaccination or do this rapid test. So like, even though we've got so many employees, they're covered under provincial statute. So, and I think one of the divisive natures of these vaccine policies is that people thought that it was going to be, we are mandating vaccines or you don't come to work. And that isn't the case in any municipality in Renfrew County right now. We're all doing workarounds. I know even South Algonquin is saying you're vaccinated or you wear a mask at work all the time. So there are accommodations for all sorts of things. I think the policy is interesting. I think it was well written and it was passed. So that's my story. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else for the mayor on the mayor's report? Oh.
Sorry, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
I will be bringing forward like a policy discussion again at the next meeting for the vaccination. But what I also wanted to ask is the Roma conference is in January. And so the mayor and I are coordinating some delegation requests. So I just wanted to sort of put it out there if there's something specific that council would like us to speak to make a delegation request to a minister, or if you want me to send you sort of the ones that the mayor and I have landed on, I can do that before we submit them. They're due November 15th. So this would be the, that's all. I just thought maybe the mayor was going to mention that and she didn't. So I just thought I would throw it out there in case.
I didn't want to preempt because we didn't have things nailed down.
I know.
But
yeah.
now I realize, as you just said that, I had November 25th in my head.
Oh,
So I thought we had another
No.
meeting. So I'm glad you did that,
due
Annette.
on the 15th. So
I-
So you're gonna send out the questions you've already come up with.
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna go back to the drawing board with OCIF and with the 1% HST, but yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, Roma is virtual again next year. The Sheraton Hotel said that they couldn't take more than 300 people. Now, that could obviously change by the end of January, but the Roma board decided to go ahead with virtual. I'm glad you brought that up.
Thank you. Okay. Now for EGC. Jack, you want to give us a fill in on?
Sure. Last week, all the logs were removed in Golden Lake Dam. So that means Golden Lake Dam and Lake Clear Dam have all the logs removed in preparation for the winter. The logs on Traymore, which is up at Round Lake. Currently, right now, there's 11 logs in still in Traymore. The logs will be removed to follow the curve that was agreed to with the amendment last fall. So Sean's following that, or RPG, I mean, is following that curve. So, and trying to get the goal is probably to get down to 3 to 4 logs, somewhere in there, depending on the water in the fall. But that gives us more reserve in the spring for, like we had last spring, very little flood. And as far as the EGC itself, currently right now we have 2 generators up and running. The 3rd generator is still having some repair work done to it. It's scheduled to be completed maybe the end of this week, if not the end of next week for sure.
And we're making money.
We're ahead of budget.
We're making money.
We're ahead of budget. And we're
That's
ahead of the
amazing.
budget amount. And if it all continues this fall, we should surpass our budget by.
Don't say it.
Yeah,
We don't need that kind of negative
Well,
karma.
it's not negative. I'm
I don't think.
I'll just tell you the challenges.
no, just,
We'll wait till it's all said and done.
Wait till it's done.
And I'll say we had a
If
good
you have
go.
negative,
Adequate.
sure, if you would have said, if we had had the 3rd one running, we would have.
don't count chickens.
No, I've done that mistake many times. When I
There you
paid
go.
for it dearly. Thanks, Jack.
Dearly,
Yeah.
sorry. It was right there.
Oh, you.
It was right there.
You squeezed it in.
I did.
Yes, I gotta give you credit for that. Sure. Now, number 3, tax adjustment report.
That's a resolution for this evening.
That's
Yeah,
it is,
unless
yeah.
there's any questions or any reason why council doesn't want me to bring it forward this evening, it's just there for information. at this time.
Perfect. Number 4, Fairfield's request. Any discussion on the Fairfield's request?
I mean, if they feel that it's too much trouble to slap a sticker on the bag and they're willing to pay the average of the 20 bags,
You're paying for the 20 bags, that matters not to me, but whatever, besides.
yeah,
Yeah.
if they're agreeable to that average, then,
As long as now the operator knows that
Yeah.
that's the case when they go there.
right.
The pickup people are gonna have to.
That's the thing. That's all that we have.
But I mean, Fairfields, it's all there, right?
That's right,
So
yeah.
it should be easy to just say to the operator, don't worry about the stickers, we're billing them.
Mhm.
I think the operator for a while should keep a little count of how many they actually do.
Annette actually went over some of the numbers. That's where they came up with that average.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Okay,
over the numbers
perfect.
for the last few years.
Yeah.
It wasn't, we couldn't use 2020 or couldn't use 2021. Like I did go over the period of 2021 that we had, but we don't have a full year. And then 2020, of course, we weren't counting bags for a few months. So that got, we did 2018 and 2019 as well. So yeah, we're comfortable with the 20 bags. So they will, like, there will be months that they're overpaying and there will be months that they're underpaying, but it definitely averaged out. I think it was like 19.5 or something. It was 19 and a little bit,
Yeah,
so
it was like
rounded it up.
1920 in the last 2 years did nothing, and none of that was considered just because we had 3 months of garbage pickup. And
Yeah, so we rounded up, not significantly, but we rounded up, so.
But seeing as to ask, and if it is something that a volunteer has to do and it's to help them out, I think. it's
And they're not gonna have more residents, like, it's not
Exactly.
like,
No.
it's not like a household that's all of a sudden gonna change
Change.
from a single
No.
person to 4 people.
That's right.
Like the kitchens stayed the exact same.
Yep.
And
Yep.
same as all the residents, everything, and just eliminates part-time staff having to come drive here, bring the tickets back once a month.
As long as,
Just-
like I say,
And then
just.
For the record, you're speaking on behalf of the board right now, not as a counselor, correct?
Pardon me?
You're speaking as a board member, not because you're the one that put in the request.
Oh, I understand that.
I just want council to know that, yeah.
Oh,
So we're okay with that.
yeah, so as long as the operators know what they're doing at their end, that's all that matters to me.
Okay. I'll get back to everybody then.
Now, number 5.
So on November the 16th, which is of course our next meeting and Tim's birthday, I will be, it is the 100-day event for the Ontario Winter Games, and it's in Pembroke at the Best Western. So I will come in for committee. I'll head to Pembroke at about 3:30 because the event starts at 4, and it's 4 to 6. If I can make it back for public meetings or the meeting, then I do, and if I don't, it's actually Tim's. The last meeting is deputy mayor, so Tim will be running 2 public meetings and the council meeting at 5:30. So
Fantastic.
just
We're up
so
for the
that
challenge.
everybody's aware, yeah, it just happened that that's exactly 100 days before the games,
Yes, yes.
so. And I'm the chair, so of finance, so I gotta be there.
No problem. I've got lots of backup. Hey.
It'll be reflected in the pay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
do I get mayor's pay for that day? Oh my God, I'll be able to take the rest of the year off.
Get the same for meters.
Please add to the agenda though, a mayor's report.
I will. I will. Oh, you did it with a straight face too. That's fantastic. Okay, next meeting date is
Is
the
November 16th.
November the 16th. And since there's, I like how we always look back there. There is no media here, so. Can I get someone return? Okay, okay.
Sure.
There. Merv, all in favor? Have a good day. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
So,
So we have a public meeting now?
yeah, we've got a public meeting at 5:20, and I also